Hello, I'm Beth Joey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is the channel where I paint my face, turn my camera on and talk about some books. If you watched my previous summer anticipated releases video, which I will link up above and down below, you know that this is the second in a sort of three-part series of anticipated releases that I am looking forward to this summer. I have come to it quite late, so some of the books that I'm discussing have already come out, but I'm still looking forward to them and I don't own any of them at this point. So yeah, I want to talk to you guys in this video about the historical fiction releases that I am looking forward to this summer. A Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poisons by Khavari, which came out on the 7th of June 2022. For me, so much of this is like a cover thing, like that cover is absolutely gorgeous. I love that it reminds me a little bit of The Lost Apothecary, I think the book is. So yeah, this one and most of these books actually are completely based on, I've read the blurb, it sounded amazing, so now I'm looking forward to actually picking it up. And as for the blurb, it says, Saffron Everly is in a race against time to free her wrongly accused professor before he goes behind bars forever. Perfect for fans of Deanna Raybourn and Anne Lee Huber, Khavari's debut historical mystery is a fast-paced, fearless adventure. London, 1923. Newly minted research assistant Saffron Everly attends a dinner party for the University College of London. While she expects to engage in conversations about the university's large expedition to the Amazon, she doesn't expect Mrs. Henry, one of the professor's wives, to drop to the floor, poisoned by an unknown toxin. Dr. Maxwell, Saffron's mentor, is the main suspect, having had an explosive argument with Dr. Henry a few days prior. As evidence mounts against Dr. Maxwell and the expedition's departure draws nearer, Saffron realizes if she wants her mentor's name cleared, she'll have to do it herself. Joined by enigmatic Alexander Ashton, a fellow researcher, Saffron uses her knowledge of botany as she explores steamy greenhouses, dark gardens, and deadly poisons. Will she be able to uncover the truth, or will her investigation land her on the murderer's list? I absolutely love Deanna Raybourn and the Veronica Speedwell mystery series, so this sounds right up my alley. Next up, we have Last Call at the Nightingale by Katharine Schellman, which came out on the 7th of June 2022. I won't lie, a lot of why I'm looking forward to this one is just crossover from my love of Last Night at the Telegraph Club, and this kind of reminds me of that, at least the title does. But as for what the book is actually about, it says, Vivian Kelly's days are filled with drudgery, from the tenement lodging she shares with her sister to the dress shop where she sews for hours every day. But at night she escapes to the Nightingale, an underground dance hall where illegal liquor flows and the band plays the Charleston with reckless excitement. With a bartender willing to slip her a free glass of champagne and friends who know the owner, Vivian can lose herself in the music. No one asks where she came from or how much money she has. No one bats an eye if she flirts with men or women, as long as she can keep up on the dance floor. At the Nightingale, Vivian forgets the dangers of Prohibition-era New York and finds a place that feels like home. But then she discovers a body behind the club, and those dangers come knocking. Caught in a police raid at the Nightingale, Vivian discovers that the dead man wasn't the nameless bootlegger he first appeared. With too many people assuming she knows more about the crime than she does, Vivian finds herself caught between the dangers of New York's underground and the world of the city's wealthy and careless, where money can hide any sin and the lives of the poor are considered disposable, including Vivian's own. I love books set in the 1920s. I've discovered a love for that recently, so I'm super excited for that, like Flapper Girl, Prohibition era sort of thing. And then also it's a murder mystery, so that's right up my alley. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one. I'm super excited for the vibes most of all. Next up, we've got a book that I am super excited for just because of my interest in World War II history. So this one is The Librarian Spy by Madeline Martin, which comes out on the 26th of July 2022. It's inspired by the true stories of America's library spies in World War II, which I didn't even know was a thing, so I'm excited to learn more about it. But as for the blurb, it says, Ava thought her job as a librarian at the Library of Congress would mean a quiet, routine existence, but an unexpected offer from the US military has brought her to Lisbon with a new mission, posing as a librarian while working undercover as a spy gathering intelligence. Meanwhile, in occupied France, Elaine has begun an apprenticeship at a printing press run by members of the resistance. It's a job usually reserved for men, but in the war, those rules have been forgotten. Yet she knows that the Nazis are searching for the press and its printer in order to silence them. As the battle in Europe rages, Ava and Elaine find themselves connecting through coded messages and discovering hope in the face of war. I'm really hoping for like a bond to grow between these two women and to see like a really beautiful friendship blossom, so fingers crossed that's part of the book. But yeah, I'm really excited to learn more about this aspect of World War II that I didn't really know was much of a thing. Next up, we've got The Lost Girls of Willowbrook by Ellen Marie Wiseman, which comes out on the 30th of August 2022, and a big reason why I picked this one was the cover. I think it's absolutely striking, and then also the plot itself sounds incredibly intense, so I'm intrigued. So the blurb says, Sage Winters always knew her sister was a little different even though they were identical twins. They loved the same things and shared a deep understanding, but Rosemary, awake to every emotion, easily moved to joy or tears, seemed to need more protection from the world. 6 years after Rosemary's death from pneumonia, Sage, now 16, still misses her deeply. Their mother perished in a car crash, and Sage's stepfather, Alan, resents being burdened by a responsibility he never wanted. Yet despite living as near strangers in their Staten Island apartment, Sage is stunned to discover that Alan has kept a shocking secret. Rosemary didn't die. She was committed to Willowbrook State School and has lingered there until just a few days ago when she went missing. Sage knows little about Willowbrook. It's always been a place shrouded by rumor and mystery, a place local parents threaten to send misbehaving kids. With no idea what to expect, Sage secretly sets out for Willowbrook, determined to find Rosemary. What she learns once she steps through its doors and is mistakenly believed to be her sister will change her life in ways she never could have imagined. Again, this whole sort of hidden sister thing sounds fascinating to me, this hidden life, and just exploring a bit more about their bond and what each sister has gone through being apart from each other and what Willowbrook is. So yeah, I'm fascinated. And lastly, we are going back into World War II with The Codebreaker's Secret by Sara Ackerman, which comes out on the 2nd of August 2022. So yeah, another World War II historical fiction book, again, I think based on a true story or based on like true events that, women like this person had to go through. So this one is set in 1943, and the blurb says, as war in the Pacific rages on, Isabel Cooper and her Codebreaker colleagues huddle in the dungeon at Station HYPO in Pearl Harbor, deciphering secrets plucked from the airwaves in a race to bring down the enemy. Isabel has only one wish, to avenge her brother's death, but she soon finds life has other plans when she meets his best friend, a hotshot pilot with secrets of his own. 1965, fledgling journalist Lou Freitas comes home to Hawaii to cover the grand opening of the glamorous Mauna Kea Beach Hotel, Rockefeller's newest and grandest project. When a high-profile guest goes missing, Lou forms an unlikely alliance with an intimidating veteran photographer to unravel the mystery. The two make a shocking discovery that stirs up memories and uncovers an explosive secret from the war days, a secret that only a codebreaker can crack. I'm honestly absolutely enthralled on how these two timelines are going to weave themselves together. There's clearly, I think, a little bit of a romance in the first timeline, in the sort of World War II timeline. So yeah, I'm keen to pick this one up and to pick all of these books up, these 5 historical fictions that I am looking forward to this summer. Let me know down below what historical fiction books you're looking forward to this summer, or any other anticipated releases that you have for these summer months. And let me know if any of the books on my list are also on your list or are now on your list. If I've sold you on them, I'd love to chat to you guys in the comments down below, and I do my best to reply to every single comment. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please let me know by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell all down below. It is a super easy way to help my channel grow, and I will see you lovely people in my next video. Bye!